Hello, I'm Paul.
I'm Christine.
And today we're going to be sharing our thoughts on the Justice League. The latest movie to come out for
Justice League.
How does that go?
Justice
League! Loser. What's your thoughts on the DC universe so far?
I really love Wonder Woman. I really didn't like Batman vs. Superman. A step up from that was Suicide Squad. I enjoyed some parts of it, but overall it had no plot and it was stupid.
I actually like Man of Steel. I think it's the best movie from the DC universe, actually.
Well, you haven't seen Wonder Woman.
Because I haven't seen Wonder Woman. But besides Wonder Woman, I think Man of Steel is the most solid movie. Because even though there's some things that are silly,
it has like an arc.
Oh yeah, overall like stuff happens at the beginning and like gradually
There's no arc in Justice League.
Not at all.
No character arcs at all.
Are you ready to dive into Justice League?
Are we ready?
Because my opinion on the DC universe is that it's just a cash grab.
Yeah.
Because Marvel's doing it, so why not DC do it, basically?
Well,
and that whole mentality is very evident throughout the Justice League movie.
Wonder Woman is really good, and it's just so sad to go from Wonder Woman to seeing Wonder Woman in this movie where like everything sucked.
Like honestly, when I walked out of Justice League, I just thought this was probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen in theaters.
When we started the movie,
I've seen a lot of bad movies, but even some of the bad ones, say Vampire Academy, if you have the poster over there,
like you can see
there was funny moments, like
also,
even though it was
you can see that it was like edited poorly. I'm not saying Justice League wasn't edited poorly. It was edited poorly. But it was also like scripted weirdly for like the tone wasn't set, the pacing was so weird, there was no development for any of the characters.
And all the action shots were like so zoomed in, like you couldn't tell what was going on for a lot of it.
When it's like most of it's fast and you get like a cool slow-mo shot.
Not
it was
the
like
entire
we just
thing
started in
Yeah. And can I talk about Aquaman for a second? They barely showed him at all. He was in like 5 scenes where he actually did something the whole entire movie.
The coolest like scene that it looked like it was going to be a cool scene, but it turned out it was just like a shot from a trailer, was when he walked out with the whiskey bottle and he was like, the cool music played for like a second.
And then he jumped.
And then there was like a big wave and he like jumped and got sucked in with it.
Yeah, exactly, but they barely show anything about him. We see Atlantis for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that really bothered me. I was like, don't show us this if you're not gonna
explain anything about it. It was just so stupid. The thing that I really liked about Aquaman's character and like reading comics and stuff is how he always used the animals like to help the situation. Like the creatures of the sea would help him out. And there was none of that in the movie at all. He never called on a shark or something like to help him fight. It was just him throwing his trident around, stabbing people. In one scene, he like stops a wave with his powers.
I think my least favorite scene, like my favorite, like I can't believe they tried to make that work scene, was when, well, the whole Superman rising from the dead thing was way too easy and dumb. Like, he died for 5 seconds. I didn't grieve him at all because I knew he wasn't dead. Then they're like, oh my god, look at this cool box that might be an energy source. What? Just like the Tesseract. Like, maybe we can bump him with it and it'll come back to life. And it literally, like, the first try, there's no prep. We're just like, all of a sudden, we're like, there, we're bringing him back to life. And
we didn't even know about the plan until it started happening. You know?
It was just like, it comes back to life, and then all of a sudden he's mad because, like, we kind of attack him, he can't remember anything, blah, 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 all this stuff happens. Then he's in this field. Lois Lane's like, what was it like being dead? And he's like, itchy.
Like they pause like for it to be funny, but nobody laughed. They don't know how to edit for comedy or shoot for comedy. Comedy's all about timing and like the way what you're seeing when the dialogue's being said, like the reactions and stuff. And they don't know how to do that at all because Flash had some funny lines, but since they had no setup or cinematography, like the jokes never landed.
Yeah, and like
they don't know how to film for comedy.
The movie didn't breathe at all. It was like cut.
Everything was so rushed.
Yeah. And then, like, in that scene, my cringeworthiest Barry scene was when we walked into the Batcave. He's like, it's like a cave for a bat. They tried to do the Lego movie, the Batman Lego movie.
The Batcore! But instead, it was cringy and not funny.
No. It wasn't happening. as clever as the bat.
The most annoying thing about movies is when they're trying to make a character be like a stereotypical character, but it just doesn't work.
But they're not. It's just not working.
Like how they tried to make Flash like the clown of the group.
Yeah, and
but
like,
he wasn't funny at all.
The actor was good. It's just like the way that it's framed and edited and toned of the movie, like even the music, like it was too overpowering for it to be funny because it's like this dramatic music all the time.
Can we talk about Steppenwolf for a second? Now, Christine wasn't aware, but Steppenwolf is the name of a very big heavy metal band from the 80s. Or heavy metal rock, you could really call them either, hard rock. But they made that song, Born to Be Wild. And every time that they said Steppenwolf, like the first time I was like, wait, what was that? What was the name? Did they say Steppenwolf? And then they said it a million times, it's like Steppenwolf, Steppenwolf, Steppenwolf. The character was so one-sided. He was your typical, almost the Marvel villain. Like people always say DC has better villains, but every villain I've seen so far has been pretty like, I'm evil, haha, you must kill me at the end of the movie. It was not an exception for Steppenwolf, put it that way. And they didn't even play on the joke. They didn't even like make him walk into Born to Be Wild or something. That would have made it all be worth it, you know. But no. Just no acknowledgement that his name's Steppenwolf. Just like there was no acknowledgement that that character was named Slipknot in Suicide Squad. They didn't be like, Slipknot, oh, you wait and bleed or something? Oh, don't have trouble spitting it out. You know, like reference Slipknot, the band or something. Nope, just the same name.
It just all felt very been there, done that, but we did it way better before. There's a straight up like shot that's right out of Spider-Man that's like weird for Superman to
when
be
Superman's like getting punched.
I hear you punch and he's like...
He like looks at the, like, the fist.
Punch me, yeah.
Flash punches Spider-Man in the first movie, and Peter Parker dodges it.
And he has that same, like, facial,
the same, like, look. Like, it was such an obvious
like,
comic book reference.
But it was weird that, like, I don't know, it was just weird for Superman to have that look.
And they even get J. Jonah Jameson, the actor that played J. Jonah Jameson, they get him to play Commissioner Gordon in this movie.
It's just also, yeah, J.K. Simmons. It's really weird. It's also really annoying that, like, there's no interactions between the superheroes at all. There's just like, let's put a bunch of superheroes together and have them fight. Like, there's no natural.
Yeah, like 5 minutes into the movie, Batman's like, we need a team. Like, what do you need a team for? Like, what's going on?
There's no like, oh, what do you, like, what do you do? Like,
and it's so cringy,
like, natural conversation between anyone. Like, there's no interaction.
And like, the way he approaches people, he's like, hey, I'm making a team. Like, there's like no details at all. Like, it's so straightforward that there's no conversation or anything. Like, I feel like in a movie, like, they would talk about something else first, you know? You wouldn't just go up to somebody he's never met and be like, wanna join my super team?
The whole thing was like,
abomination.
The whole tagline is like, you can't save the earth alone. It's like, well, but Superman does.
Yeah, because Wonder Woman and Aquaman, they were trying to fight.
And they're all losing, and then Superman just has to come in.
Yeah, Superman just comes in and kills him himself. Punch, punch with a smile on his face, laser eyes.
Stop! And then he's like,
yeah.
It's like, stop using the breath. Stop using the breath.
Ultra cringe.
I burst out laughing when he did the laser eyes.
That was such a serious moment in Man of Steel when he first learns how to laser eyes. Like, I'm telling you, Man of Steel is not bad. It has a bad rap, but Man of Steel is a good movie. They developed Superman's character pretty well, but they just completely trash it with this movie. They make him like the new, like, Thor. Like, he's supposed to be like the blubbering idiot, you know? Like, but you love him, you know?
But he's not a blubbering idiot.
No, listen. Thor, like, they try to make him like he's like always like sloppy, like he always gets things wrong, but in the end he gets it right, you know what I mean? That's what they're trying to do with Superman's character. They're trying to make him like silly, like mistake guy now, but he's always cool in the end.
Like,
but it doesn't land at all. Like Thor, it does land, you know? Like oh, Thor makes a mistake.
Yeah, because Thor like doesn't really know Earth, so like he does stupid
Exactly, and they're trying to make Superman the same kind of thing, because he's from Krypton.
Well, it's not working.
Exactly, that's my point.
Superman annoys me. Like anytime on the screen I'm like, go away, go away.
And every time Wonder Woman or like Aquaman comes on screen or like Flash,
yeah,
you're like, I want to learn more about you.
Hoping that they'll do like a cool scene, and then it's just like they just do like flash, punch, pooh, pooh, slow-mo.
There were so many fights in this movie that it almost didn't mean anything. Like,
yeah,
it felt like every other scene.
When they were gearing up for the final fight, we're like, so
is this the final battle? Are we gonna be able to leave soon? I'm getting tired of this.
How did we even get here?
I don't know what's going on. I don't really care anymore. I'm just watching this
I didn't
to do
care
the review.
like 15 minutes in. I was like, Oh no.
As soon as I saw Batman wrestling a fly in midair.
A flying monkey?
Like a flying, it looked like a fly, like an insect. As soon as I saw Batman wrestling the fly in the air.
Like no pretense, like no nothing.
I was like, okay, this movie sucks. This should set the tone for the whole movie. And you know what? It did.
And they had these like random like emotional Barry scenes with his dad, but we know nothing about their situation, so it's like, how do you expect us to
exactly. They're trying to make us feel bad for Flash's dad. We don't even know
seen
Flash.
The Flash movie first then. I have no idea what the situation is there. Like maybe they dropped it in like 2 sentences. I was like,
I don't care. Did you care for the ladies in Wonder Woman's land that were getting killed? Did you know any of them from the
I knew
movie?
her mom, yeah.
But did she die in the movie?
No, she didn't die.
Okay.
I was worried for like half a second.
That was the only characters that you actually did somewhat care about.
I cared about Diana. There was a second where Diana's sword was falling, and I was like, oh, fork. We need that sword. But we got it. It was fine.
Oh, okay. Overall, do you want to just sum this up that it was a bad movie?
Yeah, I'd give it a D-.
Out of my 10 scale, I would give it a 1 out of 10.
I'd give it a 2 out of 10.
Alright, I'll be generous. A 2 out of 10. That's the official rating. But it just felt like they're copying Marvel. Like, there's so many scenes that, like, are straight up rip-offs of the Avengers.
Well that you have to bring up your game. Like,
and they're trying to do silly things because of the Avengers. You know, DC, if you want to be something new, either go serious or learn how to do the comedy right.
The thing is, they tried to...
Don't try to do both.
Well, it's because, like, I think they brought in Josh, after the fact. So he tried to insert some comedy, but like, it was too late, because then you'd have to redo everything to match the
Exactly, yeah. Bad movie making overall. I'm still going to see the Aquaman movie.
Oh yeah, me too.
I want to learn more about that character.
I hope that's good.
Overall, Justice League Blue, where would you rate it on the DCU scale? Is it the worst DCU movie so far?
I think it's like the one I least enjoyed.
I would have to put it lower than Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, because Batman
at least
had an arc.
At least Batman vs Superman delivered.
Yeah,
you know, they had Batman fight Superman.
There was something that happened. I feel like nothing happened. It was just like a bunch of...
The Justice League made it seem like that the characters would come together and they would have a reason to come together and we would care about it. And we had none of that. We didn't care about what was going on. We didn't know what was going on. They didn't introduce the new characters at all. So, that's 3 strikes right there. You're out. Thank you for watching and we'll see you again next time.
Goodbye.
Bye. Whoa.